Welcome to my channel Maths Pursuit. Today we will look into the questions from the chapter called Statistics. Hello friends, may I request you to please click on the subscribe button below this video. The given question is, the following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers of a factory, and they have given daily income in rupees in one row and number of workers in another row. So daily income in rupees 100 to 120, number of workers 12. 120 to 140, number of workers 14, 140 to 160, number of workers 8, 160 to 180, number of workers 6, 180 to 200, number of workers 10. Now, they have asked us to convert the distribution above to a less than type cumulative frequency distribution and draw its ogive. So guys, let us see how we are converting this given data into less than type cumulative frequency distribution and how we are going to draw the ogive. Now guys, as per the question, they have given the data in this particular format. So look here to the screen. They have given us the data in this format in two rows. They have given the data in two rows. In one row they have represented, or they have given the data as daily income, and in another row they have given number of workers. And as per the question, they have asked us to convert the distribution above to a less than type cumulative frequency distribution and draw its ogive. So this particular row is our class interval row, where they have given daily income in rupees. We are going to convert this class interval into a less than type distribution, and after converting this one to a less than type distribution, then we will move ahead in calculating or in drawing a graph. Which graph? This less than ogive graph. We are going to draw a less than ogive graph. So let's see what we are going to do now. Now guys, look here to the screen. I have again posted a picture here, a tabular form of the given information here. So if you look here to this new diagram or new figure or new tabular form information, you could see that I have represented the above given data into a tabular form. Now you could see that our first column is the column where we have converted the class interval into a less than type. So now let us see how I have written or how I have converted into a less than type. Now guys, if you look here to the given rows, the information in the given row. So if you look here, they have given the data as 100 to 120. 100 to 120 they have given. So here the upper limit is 120. So for that reason we have taken less than 120. That means our data lies within 120. So from 100 to 120, that means our data lies from 100 and within 120. Here our data lies from 100 and within 140. Here 120 to 140, but we can conclude that our data lies from 100 to 140. Here we will conclude that our data lies from 100 to 160 because our starting point is 100. So for this, particularly for this less than ogive or for less than distribution, we need to understand in this way. Here our data starts from 100 and the limit is 120. So, and similarly here our data starts from 100, not 180. From the beginning of this one, this is 100 and our limitation is 100 to 100. So this is the way that we are going to read this data. So for that reason, you could see that I have written here less than 120, less than 140, less than 160, less than 180 and less than 200. Whether it would have been a more than ogive, if we would have doing a calculation for the more than ogive, then we would have focused our attention on this one. Instead of 120, our attention would have been on 100, on 120. That means the lower limit of the class interval, our attention would have been 160, 180. But here we are focusing our attention on the upper limit of the class when we are doing a less than distribution. I believe till here we are very clear. Now let us see the frequency. This number of workers is nothing but this is the frequency they have given. This number of workers is nothing but they have given the frequency. So altogether, if we add, we should get, if we add all together the frequency, our frequency is, we'll get 50. And guys, we also need to cross check with our question whether the question has given anything about this 50. And yes, the question has said that the following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers. That means our calculation is correct, our addition is correct. Now, after finding out the number of shops or after finding out the frequency, we are moving to find out the cumulative frequency. So this is most important for this purpose. For drawing a ogive for less than or more than, we need to understand here the concept. This, no doubt, this cumulative frequency is going to be this calculation is going to be a normal one as we do regular one, but particularly for less than, it is going to be a regular cumulative frequency calculation. But let us try to understand its logic now. So the first frequency they have given is 12. So if you look here, we have considered less than 120. That means our data lies within 120. So when our data lies within 120, our frequency is 12. So we can consider this cumulative frequency, which is our starting point. Now, when our data lies within 140, that means from 100 to 140, our data lies from 100 to 140. So we are going, that means it also includes this frequency 12. So for that reason, we are going to add this 14 plus 12, where we will get 26. We will add this 14 plus 12, we will get 26. When our distribution is less than 160, means our data lies from 100 to 160. That means 8, 14, 12. These past items needs to be added. These previous items needs to be added. So our new so here our cumulative frequency will be 34. If we add, we will get 34. How? 12 plus 14 is 26. 26 plus 8 is 34. Similarly, when our distribution is less than 180, that means from 100 to 180. We need to calculate. We need to count everything from 100 to 180. So that means 12 14 plus 14 is 26. 26 plus 8 is 34. 34 plus this 6 is 40. Similarly, when our data lies from 100 to 200, that means less than 200, our cumulative frequency will be 50. How? Because everything we need to add 12 plus 14 plus 8 plus 6 plus 10. That means it includes everything. So our cumulative frequency here is 50. I believe till here we are very clear. And in order to also explain in another way, this one is 12 here, and this 14 gets added to 12. We are getting 26 here. And this 8 gets added to 26. We are getting 34 here. This 6 gets added to 34. We are getting 40 here. And this 10 gets added to 40 here. We are getting 50 here. This is the normal one. But if we are going to work out for a more than cumulative frequency or more than distribution, at that point of time, we need to be more careful while calculating the cumulative frequency. So I will explain at that point of time how we are considering that particular cumulative frequency. That cumulative frequency is somehow a little bit different. I will tell you at that point of time. Now, after calculating the cumulative frequency, like what we got 12, 26, 34, 40, 50. Now, as per the question, we are going to draw a less than type ogive. So in order to draw a graph, we already know, we very well know that we required an x-axis and we required a y-axis. So we required an x-axis and we required an y-axis. So what are the numbers that or coordinates that we are going to take for x-axis and the coordinates that we are going to consider from y-axis? Everything is there now. We need to see. So here you could see that the information is less than 120. Less than 140, less than 160, less than 180, less than 200. We are going to pick up these numbers 120, 140, 160, 180 and 200. These are our daily income. So we are going to consider these numbers as our x-axis, because in x-axis we are going to represent our daily income. So we are going to take these numbers as our x-axis. So 120, 140, 160, 180 and then finally 200. So I believe till here we are clear. We are going to consider the daily income like 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. So from where we got these figures? We got these figures from our first column, that is less than 120, less than 140. So these numbers we are picking it up here and we are putting it in our x-axis. Now cumulative frequency. So all this cumulative frequency, from this cumulative frequency column, we are going to pick up all these numbers, and these numbers are going to represent in our y-axis. That is 12, 26, 34, 40, 50. Now we got the desired numbers for x-axis and y-axis. With these numbers, it would be now very easy to draw a graph. with these numbers, now it would be very easy to draw a graph, and this graph we are going to name it as a less than OGIF graph or less than OGIF curve distribution. So let's see how the graph will look like. Now guys, let us look here to the screen. Now guys, let us look here to the screen. Here I'm going to post the graph. How the graph will look. So I'm going to post the graph. This is how our graph will look like. This is how our graph will look like. That is how I'm going to post here on the screen. So let us pay attention here so that we can study this graph and we can understand how we sketched this graph. And as I told you, if you look here to the graph name is less than OGIF curve. The graph name is less than OGIF curve. This is the name of the graph. This graph name is less than OGIF curve. Now, this is the name of the graph. And in x-axis we are representing daily income. In x-axis we are representing daily income, and in y-axis we are representing cumulative frequency. In y-axis we are representing cumulative frequency. So, and if you could see here, we have considered daily income x-axis, that is 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. So accordingly we have considered our graph starting from 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. So a number of intervals we have considered so that it would include all these figures. It would include all these figures: 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. And then if you look here to the cumulative frequency group started from 12 till 50. Now similarly, in order to accommodate these things, we have started the cumulative frequency column or cumulative frequency axis or y-axis started from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And y-axis, as I told you, we started from 0, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Now, the first coordinates are 120, 12, then 140, 26. The first coordinates are 120 and 12. So you could see that our first coordinate here is 120 and 12. This is 120 and 12. This particular dot, orange color dot where it started, is 120, 12. The second orange color dot, if you could see, is our 140, 26. The third one is 160, 34. The fourth one is 180, 40. And the final one is 250. And the more interesting thing that we should remember or we should observe here is that a less than OGIF curve starts from bottom or starts from below and moves upward. A less than OGIF curve starts from bottom and moves upwards. And whether it would have been a more than OGIF curve, the more than OGIF curve starts from top and moves downwards. The more than OGIF curve starts from top, moves downwards. Why? Because the logic here is, let's say less than OGIF curve. Why? Because this graph or this diagram depends upon the cumulative frequency, and you could see that our cumulative frequency gradually keeps on increasing from a lower number to higher number. That is from here, from 12 to 50. You could see that the cumulative frequency is increasing gradually. For that reason, our graph is also increasing from a lower number to 50. For that reason, you could see a upward trend of the less than OGIF curve. Hope guys you understood what I told here, but still if you have any questions, please reach out to me in the comment section of this video. Definitely I will get back to you once I see your comments. Guys, if you really like my videos, please subscribe. If you really like my videos, I would request you to kindly subscribe and also let your friends know. This will motivate me to create similar videos in the future. Thank you. Bye.